A Jacksonville church is being evicted by its landlord. The pastor says they pay their rent on time and they have been good tenants.
On March 1st, Lutheran Social Services implied that it would renew its lease, but last week the pastor was told by phone that Lutheran has to be out in 60 days.
It has turned Gateway of Deliverance Tabernacle and its community into a tailspin. The pastor spoke with On Your Side's Ken Amaro. Ken?
Well, you know, the church has a lease with Lutheran Social Services. LSS has been the landlord for the past 13 years. The pastor told me today that 15 days ago, they were told by email that they would be the tenant again for another year at its Phillips Highway location, where they serve seniors, and they also run a food pantry. But just a few days ago, that changed. The question is why? Was it handled properly? You've been a good tenant.
I have been an excellent tenant. We can't handle the Lord's business and be bad tenants.
Pastor Karen Moose and Lutheran Social Services have had a relationship for the past 13 years.
We have always had a great partnership, taking care of the community.
A partnership running a food pantry and serving the needs of seniors. Gateway of Deliverance Tabernacle thought LSS would renew its lease based on a March 1st email from the CFO.
And I was granted the extension and told to expect a lease for 2018 and 19.
12 days later, the CEO called the pastor and told her the church has to leave.
They are going to rescind their agreement offer and asked us to vacate the building 60 days.
Pastor Moose says there was no explanation, no negotiations.
I've asked, can we sit down and have a talk? And no one has replied to me.
CEO Mary Strickland told us via email they have fulfilled all of their obligations. We opted not to renew the lease and provided them with more than the required 60 days notice in an effort to make their relocation as seamless as possible. But Pastor Moose says their relocation will not be seamless.
We're supposed to be here for the community, for the refugees, for those that have need. And that's where my heart is and will always be. But obviously, they have other means now. They want to be about a profit.
She says relocating what they've built in the past 13 years will not be easy.
It's not only affecting the church, but it would affect those that depend on the church.
And this is not an issue about the rent. The rent is always on time. The church is now considering legal action, but it will all come down to the language in the lease agreement. While what the landlord is doing just might be legal, the church says it is morally wrong and not the way to end a 13-year relationship. Back to you.